How you doing, folks? This is Attitude2, OutstandingPoker.com. This is now going to be part 3 of my micro stakes series on Party Poker at 10 cent, 25 cent, no limit hold'em. So if you haven't watched the first two series in the series, I'd suggest you watch those first, just so you start getting a little bit of a read on my opponents, and when I start to explain why I'm making certain moves which are very opponent dependent, you can sort of have a feel for how the session had been going up until that point. So if you recall, I think on the bottom right here, I had just gotten it in with top pair and open end straight draw against a flush draw with long tongue, and I managed to hit. So, or I guess hold. It was pretty much a coin flip. He had two overcards and a flush draw against my top pair, open and straight draw, but managed to hit there. So, and this is like the nitty guy that we've been talking about in the first two videos of the series. So, anyway, I'm going to jump right in here. First hand, bottom left here. I raised up King Queen suited here in a small blind open to me. And I've mentioned it many times before, but you can oftentimes get away with opening almost any two cards against a lot of opponents in small blind, especially at micro stakes where you'll find that guys are just playing their cards and they're not really aware that you're opening up like more than 50% of hands. So against a guy like Clerk 101 here, who we see from his stats, he's 17-10, so he's playing very nitty, very tight, over 110 hands. So sample size is significant enough to know that this guy's pretty nitty and very tight. So he's just going to be folding. He's just going to look at his two cards and he's going to fold like 80%, if not more, of them. So if you have any two cards here, it's going to be profitable just to raise pre-flop and take it down right there. So if he raises, if he folds 80% of the time, and I'm risking, I guess I'd raise up to 75 cents. So if I'm risking another 65 cents to win the 35 cents in the pot, that has to work about 66 or whatever percent of the time. And it definitely will, because he's not calling 33% of the time or more, right? He's folding close. We'll assume he's folding around 80% of the time, so it's going to be immediately profitable there to raise any two. But and it's compounded the fact by that you can hit hands post flop too and continue to get more value there. So he had. I guess he's sitting on about a half stack here, and I managed to hit top pair, so it's a pretty standard bet for value here on a pretty, actually very drawy board. There's tons of gut shots, tons of I guess a couple overcards, and like Jack 10, 6, 7, 7, 8 will have gut shots, as well as you could have a pair. So I'm just going to keep betting for value. And one of the mistakes I've been noticing from like my coaching sessions, or just watching hands that you guys might post on the site, is that people, their bet sizing is pretty small, especially when it's a drawy board. And I can't stress enough, you want to be betting close to pot size when your opponent is likely to be drawing or is likely to call with a worse hand than you. Like, I mean, given that there's so many draws here, like King Jack, Jack 10, 6, 7, 7, 8, all are gut shots or open end straight draws, as well as like any type of, like you could have like 9, 10, 9, 8, or any worse queen, like Queen Jack, Queen 10. At the same time, let's also think about what he could have given his stats pre-flop. Is he going to have a hand like 6, 7? This type of guy, probably not. Could he have a hand like Jack 10? Yeah, I think so. Could he have a hand like Queen Jack? Yeah, definitely is in his range. He could also have a hand like maybe Ace 9.